107.9 WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Flash.
Hi, this is Aayushi with the 107.9 FM Roundup Flash. A painting of a former prime minister is being returned. After being stolen in 2021, a portrait of Winston Churchill was returned to the Fairmont Chateau Laurier Hotel in Ottawa earlier this week. President Joe Biden has authorized Ukraine to use American missiles in their conflict with Russia. The U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention is investigating another E. coli outbreak. The outbreak has occurred in 18 states and has been linked to organic carrots. And that is the Roundup Flash for today.
All right, another great day with the Great 108. Time to head home. Wait a second. Is that you, DaBaby?
Yeah.
What the? Okay, anyways. So, DaBaby, have you tuned into the Divine 107.9?
Yeah.
Nice. Is it the number one place for the best music, DJs, games, talks, and current events?
Yeah.
Well, I think we can all agree with DaBaby on this one.
Let's go.
Listen to DaBaby and join us on 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
You know when you're on your way to the bathroom and sometimes you just wander off to the other side of the school building? Or is that just me? Either way, make sure you always have a pass in your hands at all times and don't wander off too far because you might go past your designated areas. Now, with the color-coded passes, teachers can tell if you're roaming the hallways. Not that I ever did that, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. This important public service announcement is brought to you by 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Last on the dial, first in your heart, you are listening to 107.9 FM. This is the night shift, and we are officially clocking in. My name is John.
I'm Aayushi.
And I'm Johnson.
And yeah, so MP2 just started here at North, and there's a lot of tips to success that we have. So first of all, I kind of struggle with this one. Do not procrastinate and working on your time management. So it's always very important to stay focused on when deadlines are and really just plan around that. One thing I've been doing starting this year is I've been legitimately using a planner to scout out when everything is. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good idea. I don't have a physical planner, but I do have an online one, and it really helps me keep track of the dates and submission due dates I have. And this is especially helpful when I'm also focusing on applications right now. But another thing is make sure you don't hesitate to ask for help. MP2 and MP1, it's all very difficult. And although it can be hard to ask for help, you should definitely do it.
Yeah, and during MP2, unfortunately, it's that time of the year where a lot of people do get sick, they miss class, and if you're missing class, make sure that you're reaching out to your teacher to kind of be proactive and find out what you missed so that you don't fall behind.
Yeah, exactly. And one more thing is just remember that a bad MP1 grade is not the end of the world. You have plenty of time to get it back up. And yeah, we'll be right back after this song. This is If You're Down by Chris Brown.
West Windsor Plainsboro High School students, bringing the school to you. 107.9 inside the district.
We're back on 107.9 FM, and there have been a lot of changes recently under our new principal, or our second-year principal, Lamont Thomas. And one of them at North, and one of them, the biggest from last year, has been North Day, which I think was a positive for everyone. But some of the changes so far have not been as positive, which I think the worst probably out of the changes being the new pass system.
So when asked about the new pass system or the reusable passes that you get for the bathroom, Mr. Thomas said that you're supposed to wear them around your neck. However, a lot of kids don't wear them around their neck, and as a result, they end up really unhygienic. And then for the kids who have to use them, they don't want to wear them around their neck anymore because they're unhygienic. So it's like a infinite loop or feedback cycle of bathroom passes being very unhygienic.
Yeah. Even after this, the school is not planning on making changes to the system, at least for this year. And students are still required to take these passes to the nurse, the main office, to go get water or, use the bathroom.
Yeah. And another thing that was recently changed was the school's long-time school lunch provider, Sodexo, was recently dropped. And now there's I think there's a pretty big quality difference in the food, as in I feel like it's a lot better, especially just the regular lunch with it also offering more halal options and just the general quality being better.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you're changing venues for anything, but especially for school food, the difference is drastic because Sodexo, these companies often handle really big regions, and so when you're shifting a region, you're getting a very dramatic change.
Yeah, and there's also been new policies with the ID system. So for seniors that are leaving during lunch, in order to make sure that juniors aren't able to leave with them, they've basically differentiated the school senior IDs and added a light blue stripe on them.
Yeah, the changes overall, though, I would say have been a positive. We'll be right back with some news on 107.9 FM after this break.
Courage, please help me. I'm stuck on a different radio station. Oh, I've got to say Muriel, or my name isn't Sir Bartholomew III. And it's not. Return to the station or suffer the consequences. Ah! Courage, help! Oh, the things I do for love. Even you can help Courage save Muriel by tuning in to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
From Hollywood to your hometown, it's the Great 108 Entertainment Flash.
This is the Entertainment Flash 107.9 FM. A golden watch is being sold for millions. Most known for captaining the ship that rescued survivors of the Titanic, Captain Arthur Ross Dorn's golden pocket watch has been sold for a record $1.5 million in an auction. A high-budgeted movie is flopping at the box office. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Chris Evans' Christmas action film, Red One, debuted this weekend, only returning $34 million compared to its $200 million budget. A new Miss Universe is being crowned. The 73rd Miss Universe competition ended with Victoria Ger Telvig of Denmark winning. Get excited for the new Winter Wonderland. Beyoncé will be performing at the halftime show of the Ravens-Texans Christmas Day game on Netflix, and is teasing that there will be guest appearances from her Cowboy Carter album. And that is the Entertainment Flash for today.
Girls and boys in poverty around the world are dreaming of a better life, filled with dance, art, music, and knowledge. They dream of a brighter future with enough nutritious food to eat, a chance to learn and grow, to get an education, escape poverty, and do incredible things. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, such dreams are coming true. Together, we give children a chance to set their sights high and succeed in school and in life by ensuring that they have access to healthcare, education, life skills, and so much more so they can grow, thrive, and believe in themselves. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
There's so many great radio stations to listen from, but this one has the best news, talks, and music. On your mark, get set, go! Listen to 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
We're back on the Divine 107.9, and so we've been kind of updating you about the whole Princeton, Nassau, being rebuilt saga, and a new thing happening is that they're going to be replacing the kiosks, which people can pin posters on, with digital screens. So
yeah, and these kiosks used to be places where a lot of Princeton student communities, clubs, and organizations used to post flyers and ads. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of that tradition be replaced, especially since a lot of like the shows and like events that happen in Princeton you can find on the kiosk.
Right, and so now because it's under the control of the council, only approved advertisements are being able to be placed on them, and people are thinking that this is going to harm the community because it is harder to advertise events that are going on. And like previously, they did try to remove the kiosks in 2012, 13, and 2021, but they were all canceled due to backlash and support from the community for these kiosks.
Yeah, exactly. And it is very like divided among like the Princeton community, like what they think about this. Like a lot of council members think it's like kind of ugly, and they prefer it to be like prefer the digital screens, which they think will look better over the kiosks. And while like the general like community thinks that like the kiosks are better, because they can like they have their ability for self-expression, and it's just kind of a weird situation because there seems like there's no like talk about like just like fixing the kiosks and like sprucing them back up. They just seem like they want to replace it. But we'll be right back on 107.9 FM after this quick song. It's always a great time on 107.9 FM, and we are here with North-South Within the Nights, where you can catch up on all your North sports. So over the weekend, North and South both participated in the 52nd NJSIAA Meet of Champions, which is like a track event, so if you're unaware.
Yeah, it was held in Holmdel Park in Monmouth County, New Jersey, and there were kind of two stages to the competition which were held beforehand, which were sectionals in the state championship.
Right, and during this competition, High School South's runner, Shravan Pradeep, had a top finish at the race, and he finished 12th and raced a 16:06. And North actually had two runners perform extremely well. Allison Lee took third place with a time of 18:27, and Zoe Chinchalker took 13th with the time of 9:04.
Yeah, it's a very great day to be a Knight, and I think as well, like, winter sport trials are also happening right now. That would be like basketball, and I can't remember the other ones, but yeah, basketball. And yeah, we'll be right back on 107.9 FM after this quick break.
Okay, class, next up is one of the hardest math equations in all of math's history. Timmy, you're gonna answer this one.
Alright then, sir. What is it?
What is 107 plus 0.9 times the best music, talk shows, games, DJs, and current events destination?
Easy. 107.9 FM, your radio destination.
Great work, Timmy. So, class, if you want to pass, make sure you tune in to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
What should I do today? Let's see what's on Facebook. Oh my god, that's me. What is this? It's a video from our lunch table? He never even asked me if he could film it. I didn't even see him with his phone out. I didn't want anybody to see this. What if colleges find it? I was just joking when I said that, but he still didn't ask. He has to take it down.
Remember, no filming, audio recording, or picture taking without consent or face the consequences of confiscation, a Saturday detention, and police notification.
This message has been brought to you by 107.9 FM WWPH Princeton Junction.
I like radio in the morning.
But I like to listen in the afternoon.
Order! There is no debate. Just listen to the Great 108.
The Great 108. Sports Central.
This is 107.9 FM Sports News. An up-and-coming boxer is looking forward to their next match. On Friday, Jake Paul beat former world champion Mike Tyson in a boxing match. A college football team is making a change. The Temple Owls fired their head coach, Stan Drayton, after a 9-25 stretch in his 3 years of coaching the team. A baseball team is offering a haul for a baseball card. The Pittsburgh Pirates are offering anyone that can find the one-of-a-kind signed Paul Skeens card 30 years of season tickets. Giants will bench QB Daniel Jones and will start Danny DeVito versus the Bucks. And that is the 107.9 FM Sports News for today.
107.9 is Sublime. You are listening to 107.9 FM. And the NFL Week 11 slate just wrapped up with the Chiefs taking their first loss of the season to the Bills being like a premier mark, but also some other important things that have happened is just like, number one, the absolute dominance that the Detroit Lions have been on this season.
Yeah, and as we move closer to as we enter the second half of the season, you kind of really see which teams are like showing their identity, and the Detroit Lions have just been really dominant on both sides of the ball, not only scoring 50-plus points multiple times throughout the season, but also just like shutting down other teams' offenses as well. And that's really encouraging to see if you're a Detroit Lions fan, especially since last year they nearly made it to the Super Bowl and they lost in the NFC championship.
Yeah, so on Sunday the Lions beat the Jaguars 46 by 46 points in a 52-6 win, which is just insane. They also put up a Lions franchise record for total game net yards being 644, which for context is just like if you cross like a football field like just 6 times, which is just absolutely ridiculous. But another thing that I'm very happy about, the Eagles could actually win the NFC this year, which could be very cool.
Yeah, and we talk about how good the Lions are, but the Eagles have also shown that they're a really good team with a really good offense now that they trade for Saquon Barkley, and also a pretty good defense. So the NFC will be very interesting to see these two teams go head to head, and we might even see them in a playoff game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting to see. Both these teams are unstoppable, as this is unstoppable by the score. Don't worry, you'll be fine if you listen to 107.9. And Boeing has just recently announced that they plan to lay off more than 400 of their workers in their aerospace union. So it's definitely not the greatest to see, but yeah, these workers will be on payroll until mid-January. So
yeah, Boeing's been dealing with a lot of issues this year. They've been in the news a lot. We've covered them a lot, actually. And between all the investigations, the legal damages, the litigation prices, they've definitely had a lot on their plate, and their stock price reflects that. So this might be a way to kind of compensate for that. But it's just sad to see that a lot of the workers that they choose to lay off are the ones that are from the union, which are the ones that have more protection, more benefits. So they probably decided that was the easiest way to cut costs.
Right, and for those that don't know, Boeing is an aircraft manufacturer that's based in Arlington, West Virginia. And like John said, they have been dealing with some issues, especially since a door panel fell off of an Alaska Airlines plane. And, you know, basically as a cause of this, the Federal Aviation Administration has restricted the construction of their planes, and they can only produce 38 of their signature 737 MAX planes per month.
Yeah, so, and this is also just the first of many cut-ups layoffs that will happen, as they plan to lay off about 17,000 people in the upcoming months, which just really sucks to see. But we'll be right back on 107.9 after this.
WWPH. Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Flash.
This is Aayushi with the 107.9 FM School and Community Flash. There will be a karaoke event held at the Old Heights Brewing Company in Hightstown on Sunday, November 23rd. The Princeton Charter School will be hosting a play of Peter and the Starcatcher from November 22nd through November 24th. Be sure to show up and support. There will also be a West Windsor Township meeting on November 25th at 7 p.m. Bring your concerns and attend. That is it for the 107.9 FM Flash in School and Community.
107.9 WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction.